Hello, welcome to day 3 of happiness. Actually, I skipped a day yesterday. Such is life, not everything goes according to plan. And that's actually what I'm talking about for today's little snippet of happiness is, of course, we want to be happy 24/7, but the reality is life can be challenging. Emotions are constantly, moving back and forth in various ways and changing. And so, one of the important things about experiencing more and more happiness is learning how to react when you're not experiencing happiness, when you're in a low of the cycle, from going happy and then unhappy. Because, the word happiness kind of hints at being stuck in the duality of being happy and unhappy. So if you're up on a high of being happy in one moment, then later on throughout the day you find yourself more in a low, sort of heavy or depressed feeling or negative thoughts. And so, one of the most important things about learning how to be more happy is learning how to master your reactions when you're in the unhappiness side of things, or the unwanted, the negative. How do you react to being in that negative state? And the key is the word acceptance. If you can fully accept when a negative experience arises in you, whether it's anxiety, fear, self-criticism or doubts or insecurities, there's tons of different flavors to negative experience. But when something occurs that you don't like, let's say stress created by time, that's a popular one. So you're driving on the road and traffic backs up and you need to be somewhere in 5 minutes and your map is saying you're not going to be there till 10 minutes. So all of a sudden there's this anxiety, there's this stress built up, sort of like an adrenaline, right? And it's creating emotion and thoughts that are very negative and impatient, right? Almost yelling in your head. And so all of a sudden you realize, oh, I'm not in a state of happiness right now. And the fact that you're not in it is okay, but how you react once you realize, oh, I've slipped, I'm not happy right now. Well, the most important thing is first catching, I'm not happy right now, and I want to be happy right now. So first you have to catch that you slipped, and then second is accepting that this sort of unwanted emotion is occurring right now. Because if you resisted being there, if you say, no, I don't want this, inside, then it will actually get stronger. It's kind of like the Chinese finger puzzle thing, where you have, it's hard to do with the camera, where you have two fingers, and there's the thing, and if you pull on it too much, it tightens. So you have to release your fingers calmly. It's kind of metaphorically how it works with happiness and unhappiness. So when an unhappiness arises, first you have to acknowledge, I'm in a state that I do not like, that I don't necessarily want to be in, but at the same time, I'm going to fully just be okay with the fact that that's what's occurring right now. And as soon as you do that, once you really do that, then you'll feel a sense of relief, a sense of like weight being lifted off your shoulders. Just saying that I accept it isn't really what's going to create that, though. It's the feeling of accepting it, the feeling of, okay, I do not want this to be I'm okay with this being as it is because it's occurring. And when you do that, it sort of lifts some of the weight, the gravity of the situation. And the more you practice this, the quicker that weight will release and the more it will release. Over the years, I've gotten to a point where it's pretty much instantaneous. As soon as I catch a negative emotion or experience or thought, as soon as I catch it, I'm back in silence, I'm back in peace of mind, a very deep state of happiness. But that doesn't necessarily happen for everyone, especially at first, so it takes practice. You got to strengthen that muscle, basically. So throughout your day today, pay attention and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Am I on the happy side of experience or the unhappy? Let's just simplify it and say there's only two. You're in the wanted state, which is the positive or happy state, or you're in the negative state. You're in the suffering, the pain, the mental pain or physical pain state. And just continue it throughout your day. Ask yourself, what state am I in? And if you're in the positive, enjoy it. If you're in the negative, accept it. And the sooner you really accept being in the negative, the sooner you will shift back into the positive. So, see you guys tomorrow. Much love.